John Liddle here for SWOSUathletics.com, along with a couple members of the Southwestern Oklahoma State Rodeo team before they go off to the College National Finals Rodeo coming up here in very short order. The head coach of the Bulldogs is with us, Coach Mike Visnieski, and also bareback rider Justin Pollmiller is way down there to my right. So, hey guys, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the very successful season so far. I know it's such a long grind when you just think about all the practice that goes into it and all the rodeos. You know, it's literally a 9-month, 10-month process. It's like birthing a baby. And now, Coach, you get to give birth in Casper, Wyoming coming up here. What are you looking forward to?
Well, we're really thankful for the successful season. A lot of things went our way. I'm just looking forward to going up there and watching our athletes do what they do best.
Well, it's a lot of fun up there, I know, and you guys have had some success over the years. National title in the past individually, very close again last year. And Justin down here to your right is one of the stars for the program this year, having won the region. What do you like about what he's been able to do in the last calendar year here?
Well, Justin brings it, to the table every time. He's very consistent in his preparation. He's got his mind right, his body right, and his equipment's right. So, it's always exciting to see. You just hope that the animal performs because you know that he's going to perform.
Well, what goes into it for you, Justin, when you talk about, just being as consistent as you were throughout 2014, 2015? Did anything change for you? Did you have any epiphany-type moments? Or are you just getting better over time?
I think a lot of it's just getting better over time, and Mike does a real good job. We do a lot of mental training as well, mental preparation, and kind of how to control your mind in high-stress situations. And I think a lot of that really helps, just kind of making sure that you can keep yourself from getting too worried about certain things, stay calm about other things, and then kind of give yourself a consistent platform.
That's awesome. Does most of that go on, when you recall back to what Coach has said, is that while you're in the chute waiting? Is that, while you're physically in the middle of the ride? Or do things just kind of go out of your head once you actually get on the stock? What is it like for you?
Once you're on the horse, it kind of, there's no time to think. It's going to happen fast. Everybody always jokes it's only 8 seconds, but a lot happens in that. But that's the thing, is because it's so short, you just have to, it's all about being ready before you get there. Once I get to the rodeo, I just kind of clear my head and let everything go. So all the preparation, it's really important to do, say, before you ever get there, because there's no time to think and there's no time to stub your toe.
Well, it's a longer week than just a weekend when you go to the national finals. You got a few more chances to score and things like that. Maybe if something doesn't go your way in the first round, it's going to be okay. So is there a different mindset for you going into a little bit of a longer rodeo week?
For me, there's really not. Like I said, I just like to be consistent. So just every time before I get on, I kind of have where I like to be, kind of where I like to, how revved up I like to be or pulled back, and I just kind of go to that same spot, and I like to just go horse by horse, not really worry about the standings, don't worry about anything else, just kind of put the blinders on and look at whatever's directly in front of you, go through the next obstacle, and just keep moving.
And Coach, I hope you don't mind me talking to Justin here, but he's doing a good job, so I might just keep asking him questions. Is that all right?
That's great with me.
You're an odd number year type guy. You've been to the CNFR in 2011, 2013, and now 2015. Yeah. You're getting to go back. What will you take from those experiences to help you this year?
I kind of learned a lot. In 2011, when I first went, I was a lot younger. I'd just won the region, but I'd never really been able to see all the level of guys we're going to get to. Yeah. When you get there, it's a very big indoor venue, and because it's on TV and stuff, it kind of changes some stuff. And at the time, I'd never dealt with something like that. TV cameras in your face, and just so many officials, and they've got the lights off, and they're doing laser shows, and then the guys, once you get past all that, there's such great competitors next to you, and so that made me really nervous. But last time I went in 2013 was the first time I went for I'd gone to junior college first. And, like I said, we just worked on all our mental stuff, and I learned a lot there. I actually ended up second overall that year. And yeah, that one really taught me a lot, and how effective it is, like I say, to just do it, you know, challenge by challenge. Keep yourself calm. Don't get worried about anything else. Treat everything just like it's another day, like it's one of our regular college rodeos or something. And, you know, so to have that experience now, I feel great coming into it.
Fantastic. We're talking a little college rodeo right now. And Coach Visnieski, obviously you've done a great job with this program. The guy to your right, you know, obviously you've done a great job with him as well. Let's talk about the girls for a moment. You know, you get the opportunity to bring them again this year. Talk about your team that you're going to be bringing in a couple weeks here.
Well, we're going to bring Siri McCaffrey. She's a 4-time qualifier now. She's one of our seniors. She won the region all around. She'll be competing in the barrel racing and the breakaway. So she's a veteran. She's been there. She thrives on that type of competition and pressure, if you want to call it that. Jacoby Hotzenpiller, she's also a senior. This is her first time to go. She'll be going in the goat tying. We're really looking, you know, forward to watching her compete. She's going to be ready. That girl practices hard every day and is very driven. Keanne Kelber, she's actually a sophomore. This is her first year at Southwestern, first time to qualify for the college finals. You know, she's going to be going in the breakaway. She was the region champ in the breakaway. Very much, you know, just loves competition, loves pressure. You know, even though she's a first-time, you know, qualifier, it's going to be exciting to watch her. And Michaela Harrison in the goat tying, she's a freshman. You know, all these girls, they're such competitors. You know, it's I have all the faith in them to execute. You know, it's we just got to see what we draw and do the best job that we can. So, should be very exciting.
I feel like I ask you every year that you go to the CNFR exactly what it takes. Okay, obviously there are a lot of teams there, a lot of factors involved, as you have alluded to over the course of us talking here. But what does it take? What's that commonality among those national championship teams, those teams that are standing, you know, on the imaginary pillar at the end of the week?
Well, I mean, it does take a lot, you know, in the timed events, in the women's events. I mean, their horse has to be right. And all this comes from preparation.
Yeah.
You know, your mind has to be right. You have to execute. But, you know, there is a little bit of luck involved. I mean, the you know, level of competition is very high and consistently high. And so everybody's going to, you know, a lot of people are going to do well. But when you really draw the animal and then do your job, and then the animal that you can win on, that, you know, you have to have that in there too. So, you know, all our girls are very capable of winning the national title, and you know, I know they're going to be ready, and along with our guys, and so we'll just have to see what happens.
Well, as far as the guys go, you're looking at Mickey Andrews, Dalton Davis, Colton Poole, Jake Stemo, Nick Chenauld, and then Justin over here as well. And they're basically all riders, coach, is what you're taking out there. Why is the riding program at Southwestern, why is that aspect of things just working so through the roof here at SWOSU?
Well, you know, there again, I think it's just our guys with their preparation, and they, you know, they set goals, they know what they want to do, and then they work at it and get it done. You know, our timed eventers too, you know, did very well this year. They were really consistent. You know, we had 2 of them place in the top 10, and you know, they just didn't draw the animals. But you know, they performed well. With our guys in the rough stock, you know, it really went their way. We drew well, and they took advantage of it. So you know, it's all I can ask for. It's that kind of effort.
And that's not to slight those guys in the timed events at all. Not what I'm meaning there whatsoever, but just it's pretty amazing that you're taking 6 guys and, you know, they're all in the rough stock. You know, Justin, for you guys that are out there on a daily basis, having to do that, having to practice that, what kind of camaraderie is there between you guys? You know, whether it be, you know, practice-wise or in actually when you get to an event.
I'd say there's definitely, I mean, a lot of camaraderie. That's one of the really cool parts about this sport is I mean, you're kind of competing against everybody next to you, but a lot of it is more you're competing against the horse. So everybody's always there. I mean, there to help you out. Travel, you can always jump in. I mean, even people you've hardly met. So we've got a lot of really cool stuff on that front. And then for this team in particular, because we're always working together, kind of have the same goals and everything, I think we've really been able to, I think that's one of the things that really helped our rough stock guys is we're all kind of pretty good friends, get along really well. And so you've got, 10 guys back there that are all sitting there in your corner, give you all the help that you need. You don't have to worry about, you're about to go and your horse is kind of acting up and suddenly you don't have time, that you start getting a time crunch, people are yelling at you and you don't have enough help. And so to not have to face that too, to have this many guys and for everybody to get along like that so that you can kind of, hey, can you give me a hand, whatever you've got to do, I think is really helpful. And I think it's going to come into play a lot when we get to Casper.
Absolutely. And just kind of a final note, I guess, and we could go on for a long time. There are a lot of different things to talk about when it comes to SWOSU Rodeo. I know watching some of Sage events, especially last summer, I got to sit down, record those, and watch Sage do his thing on the pro tours. And it's amazing how those guys really do root for each other. They're saying that guy's great, even though they're competitors, like you say, Justin. It's a really interesting thing where if we're talking about football teams, they're supposed to hate each other or something like that when they get out there on the field, or wrestlers or boxers or whatever. But it's just not like that. What is it about I don't know, is it the country aspect of it? Is it just that attitude of wanting to help the other guy? What do you think it is among competitors there?
Like I say, I think just the big attitude that you always kind of learn is that you're competing against your stock. So I think that's kind of how everybody sees it is, I get on and compete against my horse, and then the judge goes through and decides who was better, and then it comes back to us. So we never really, you are facing each other, but you're really not. Once you're out in the arena. So it's kind of more you compete against the stock, and then they compare who did best. And then traveling and everything too, you just have to have so much help, and we just travel a little different than other teams. So you have to kind of work together on things like that as well. So part of it's out of necessity, just we couldn't get anything done without it. And then I think a lot of it too is just, like I say, just that different type of competition, because we have all that livestock that's there. And that's, and it's tough to get mad at a horse or anything like that.
They're not going to listen.
There. Yeah, exactly. You can yell all day, but they're not going to listen.
I hear you. Well, Coach, good luck to you guys. Any final thoughts as you prepare to head off toward the Great North?
Oh shoot, I'm just very thankful for the great team we had this year, and everything that they've done and all their hard work they've put in, and I'm ready to watch it pay off here at the National Finals.
Absolutely. That's Mike Visnieski, the head coach of the SWOSU Rodeo team, going to the CNFR along with Justin Pollmiller and several SWOSU athletes, and we'll be keeping up with it for you right here on SWOSUathletics.com.